been walking in the same road as I did, missing out the cracks in the pavement and tutting my heel and strutting my feet. Is there anything I can do for you, dear? Is there anyone I could call? No and thank you, please, madam. I ain't lost, just wondering. From my hometown, memories are fresh. From my hometown, ooh, the people I've made are the wonders of my world, are the wonders of my world, are the wonders of this world, are the wonders. I like it in the city when the air is so thick and opaque. I love it to see everybody in short skirts, shorts and shades. I like it in the city when two worlds collide. You get the people and the government, everybody taking different sides. Shows that we ain't gonna stand, shows that we are united, shows that we ain't gonna take it. Shows that we ain't gonna stand, shows that we are united. From my hometown, memories are fresh. From my hometown, ooh, the people I've made. Do
I know this is no place for language like that. I will try my best. This is a posh establishment, I know. I'm just so excited. I'm super nervous as well. My mouth is so dry. Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming. Are you all right up in the sky? Oh. Someone in seat 113 over there, did you get the letter that I left for you? Did you get it? Oh, good, I'm glad you got it. I did a little interview in a seat over there, so I left a note on the chair. Thank you all so much for coming. This is spectacular to be here. I've seen the Spice Girls here. I've seen Enrique Iglesias here. Saw Alicia Keys here a couple of months ago. She was incredible, and I've been to see the Proms here as well. It's just a magnificent venue, so thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be able to play here. And we're making a DVD, so smile, you're on camera, you never know. Anyway, I'm Adele, and I'm going to do you some new songs and some old songs. This is a new one, and it's a rare fast one, so if you want to dance, now is your chance.
Hold me closer, one more time. Say that you love me in your last goodbye. Please forgive me for my sins. Yes, I swam dirty waters, but you pushed me in. I've seen your face under every sky, over every border and on every line. And you know my heart more than I do. We were the greatest, me and you. But we had time against us, miles between us. The heavens cried. I know I left you speechless. Now the sky's cleared and it's blue, and I see my future in you. I'll be waiting for you when you're ready to love me again. I'll put my hands up, I'll do everything different. I'll be better to you. I'll be waiting for you when you're ready to love me again. I'll put my hands up, I'll be somebody different. Let me stay here for just one more night. Build your walls around me. You better pull me to that light, yeah. So I couldn't show you that I was wrong. See, I was a child then, but now I'm willing to learn. 'Cause we had time against us, miles between us. The heavens cried. I know I left you speechless. Now the sky's cleared and it's blue, and I see my future in you. I'll be waiting for you when you're ready to love me again. I'll put my hands up, I'll do everything different. I'll be better to you. I'll be waiting for you when you're ready to love me again. I'll put my hands up, I'll be somebody different. Time against us, miles between us. Heavens cried, I know I left you speechless. Time against us, miles between us. Heavens cried, I know I left you speechless. I know I left you speechless. But I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting for you when you're ready to love me again. I'll put my hands up, I'll do everything different. I'll be better to you. I'll be waiting for you when you're ready to love me again. I'll put my hands up, I'll be somebody different. I'll be better to you.
Thank you very much. This is so stunning. You look so stunning. Thank you so much. So that one was a very rare, happy, upbeat, optimistic one. Sure you know about that. If you have my albums, I'm pretty miserable on record, really. Not in real life. I'm happy in real life. Well, I'm happy these days anyway. I go through my stages of being miserable and not leaving the house and, you know, shit like that. It happens to all of us, right? It happens to the best of us as well, I like to think. On this record, I get to go around the world, and most of the time they've no idea of like Shepherd's Bush and Hammersmith Apollo and stuff like that. But now, when I say, yeah, I just played at the Royal Albert Hall, they all know exactly what I'm talking about, so they can share the moment with me even though they weren't here. So I'm going to swim straight into the sad songs for you now. There's a lot of them. This is Don't You Remember. Sing along if you want to.
When will I see you again? You left with no goodbye, not a single word was said. No final kiss to seal any sins. And I had no idea of the state we were in. I know I have a fickle heart and a bitterness and a wandering eye and a heaviness in my head. But don't you remember? Don't you remember the reason you loved me before? Baby, please remember me once more. When was the last time that you thought of me? Or have you completely erased me from your memory? 'Cause I often think about where I went wrong. And the more I do, the less I know. But I know that I have a fickle heart and a bitterness and a wandering eye and a heaviness in my head. But don't you remember? Don't you remember the reason you loved me before? Baby, please remember me once more. Gave you the space so you could breathe, and I kept my distance so you would be free. In hope they'll find the missing piece to bring you back to me. Oh, why don't you remember? Don't you remember the reason you left me before? Baby, please remember that you used to love me. When will I see you again?
Can I have the lights on again so I can see everyone? Hello. Have you all got a drink? Lucky bastards, I'm not allowed to drink anymore. And it's grim. It's grim and it's sad and it's lonely. You also realise how much you hate your friends. Isn't it? When you're like stone cold sober and your friends are just being idiots. Embarrassment. And you have to deal with all of their trouble. And they try and start a fight with people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, alright? Well, enjoy your lovely drinks. I've got my hot honey. It's fantastic. Anyway, did anyone get to catch the Civil Wars or Amos Lee? They're two of my favourites. I absolutely adore them, and it's a treat having them here with me. Got 2 more shows left after this, and then we'll part ways. But I absolutely love them, and thank you guys for doing this tour with me. This next one that I'm going to do for you is a bit sadder than that last one I just did. And I like telling the story of this one. It was inspired by, I was in London when I wrote this song, but I was thinking of an argument that triggered the downfall of my relationship that my album's about. And we were in New York, and we were at a dim sum restaurant, you know, the Chinese dim sum restaurants. And you know when you get those massive round revolving tables that turn around so that when you're at a big dinner, you can all get a bit of a dish, you know? At one of them, so it's turning around and then the table flips up and we're with our friends in New York and we're the ones arguing, and it's a bit awkward, you know what it's like. And you're there and a couple of your friends start arguing, oh my God. So we started arguing, we stormed out and took it out onto the street, and this is what triggered the downfall, like I just said, of the relationship, and we were just kept turning on each other and turning everything round on each other. Every time I said something, he'd say, you know, just go off on one, same when he said something. So it's not actually as glamorous as the song probably sounds in a dim sum restaurant in New York. But it inspired this song, and this is Turning Tables.
Close enough to start a war. All that I have is on the floor. And God only knows what we're fighting for. All that I say, you always say more. I can't keep up with your turning tables under your thumb. I can't breathe, so I won't let you close enough to hurt me. No, I won't rescue you to just desert me. I can't give you all you think you gave me. It's time to say goodbye to turning tables, yes, to turning tables. Under haunted skies I see you. Ooh, and while I was lost, your ghost is found. I braved 100 storms to leave you. As hard as you try, no, I will never be knocked down. 'Cause I can't keep up with your turning tables under your thumb. I can't breathe, so I won't let you close enough to hurt me. No, I won't rescue you to just desert me. I can't give you all you think you gave me. It's time to say goodbye to turning tables, yes, to turning tables. Next time I'll be braver, I'll be my own savior. When the thunder calls to me, next time I'll be braver, I'll be my own savior, standing on my own 2 feet. So I won't let you close enough to hurt me. No, I won't rescue you to just desert me. I can't give you all you think you gave me. It's time to say goodbye to turning tables, yes, turning tables, turning tables, yes. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, oh yes, I let it fall, my heart, as it fell, you rose to claim it. It was dark, and I was over, until you kissed my lips, and you saved me. My hands, they're stuck, but my knees were far too weak to stand in your arms without falling to your feet. But there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you'd say they were never true in the games you play. You would always win, always win. But I set fire to the rain, watched it pour as I touched your face. When it burned, well, I cried 'cause I heard it screaming out your name, your name. When I lay with you, I could stay there, close my eyes, feel you here. Forever, you and me together, nothing gets better. But there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you'd say they were never true in the games you play. You would always win, always win. But I set fire to the rain, watched it pour as I touched your face. When it burned, well, I cried 'cause I heard it screaming out your name, your name. I set fire to the rain, and I threw us into the flame. When we fell, something died 'cause I knew that was the last time, the last time. Sometimes I wake up by the door, that heart you born must be waiting for you. Even now when we're already over, I can't help myself from looking for you. I set fire to the rain, watched it pour as I touched your face. When it burned, well, I cried 'cause I heard it screaming out your name, your name. I set fire to the rain, and I threw us into the flames. When we fell, something died 'cause I knew that was the last time, the last time. Oh, no, let it Thank you. Oi, oi. It's my crazy friends. You all right? You having a good time?
I'm still shitting myself. I haven't settled down yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to, actually. I'll probably go home. I'm going home on my own to my empty flat. I'll probably just be buzzing all night. I won't know what to do with myself. We're going to go a little bit, we're going to do a little stage set-up as if I'm Dolly Parton. I fucking love Dolly Parton. And I read the most amazing interview. I'm not going to do a Dolly song, by the way. That's probably making it seem like I'm going to do a Dolly Parton song now. We will do one day, though, won't we? But I read, just so you know, you might find this boring, but I found it entertaining. I read this amazing article with Dolly Parton. I think it's this month's Elle magazine. I read it in this. I went blonde yesterday. I went to the hairdressers. I went a bit blonde. I was hoping to be treated a bit differently, but so far, not yet. So I don't know right now if blondes have more fun. Oh, thank you very much, yeah. Hello. But if you fancy a really amazing read with an interview with Dolly Parton, I think it's still out this month, Elle. Honestly, it blew my mind. I was pissing myself laughing. Elle thought I was crazy. She has the best lines ever. But I'm going to do you a cover now by a band called The Steel Drivers, who are based in Nashville, and I heard them about 18 months, 2 years ago, and this was the first song I heard by him. Fell in love with them. His voice is just incredible. It's like caramel. It's lovely. I love this song. The sentiment is about killing his wife. I would certainly kill some of my ex-boyfriends, for fucking sure. Absolutely I would. And I reckon all of you would as well. I reckon you've all got an ex. Unless you're a lucky one that's been with the one person all your life. I don't know how lucky that is, though, to be honest. Good luck. Anyway. It's called If It Hadn't Been For Love, and I love it. So if you like it, check their song out, because it's just incredible. They're wonderful. This is If It Hadn't Been For Love by the Steel Drivers.
Never would have hitchhiked to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. I never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. I never would have run through the blinding rain without $1 to my name if it hadn't been for love. Never would have seen the trouble that I'm in if it hadn't been for love. Would have been gone like a wetwood wind if it hadn't been for love. Nobody knows it better than me. I wouldn't be wishing I was free if it hadn't been for love. Banjo. Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Never would have loaded up a 44, put myself behind a jailhouse door if it hadn't been for love. If it hadn't been for love, yeah, yes. If it hadn't been for love, yeah.
Has anyone come to the show tonight with their best friend? Will my best friend stand up? My best friend Laura is here tonight. Oh, you lot, Laura's getting married in like a week. I was saying to her the other day, he's lucky that I like him, isn't he? Yeah, otherwise it would not be happening. Me and Laura met when I was about 16. I'm sure you can already tell how different we are. She wears bright colours. I wear black. Look at her, red tights. All right, show off. Me and Laura met when I was about 16 and she was 18. No, you were 16 actually, weren't you? And I was about 14 going on 15. And we were best friends, and you did persist. Persisted, and I let her in, because I don't really let many people into my life. I'm just a bit of an emotional wreck. I'm sure you know that anyway. And then we fell out. I fell out with Laura when I was about 18 or 19. I don't even really remember why, you know, which is obviously means it was really pathetic. I don't think you've ever heard me say this. Getting a bit nervous, my heart's fluttering. Anyway, and with my first album, 19, it did really well as well, and I got to travel everywhere, and I missed you so much during all of that. And Laura's a writer, Laura's got a publishing deal and stuff like that. She's pretty phenomenal. And then this New Year's Eve, I was with my other friend Jessie, who's also here. There she is. There's Jessie. Just tell you a bit about my life, what you might like to know. If you're bored, sorry, I'm going to carry on. I was with Jessie on New Year's Eve, and I was just telling her how much I miss Laura, and Jessie was like, you have to get back in touch with Laura, she's still such a joker, rare. So then I called Laura, pretty much almost in tears and stuff like that, telling her that I wanted her to be back in my life and that I needed her, that she was the love of my life. And I went round to her house and she made like some spicy chicken and some tomatoes. We had a bottle of Carver. And she had this rash just crawling up her neck the whole time that we were there. I felt like it was normal. I felt like it was, no time at all had gone by, and she just started looking like a world atlas. But we've been best friends ever since, and she's got to share the phenomenal things that are going on with my album, and I'm so happy that you've been a part of it, Laura, and thank you for letting me back into your life and for forgiving me. And I wrote this song when I was 16 about Laura, so I'm going to sing it for Laura and also for all of you and yours who have come tonight.
I agree with you on that. I think you're giving out the way too much. In fact, I said we've only known each other 1 year. You say, boo, I'm not any longer my dear. You like to be so close, I like to be alone. I like to sit on chairs and you prefer the floor. Walking with each other, then we never match at all. But we do, but we do, but we do, but we do. I'll be glad. Fairytales make my thing, but in a situation, I'll be glad. No. You said I'm stubborn and I never give in. I think you're stubborn, except you're always softening. You said I'm selfish, I agree with you on that. But I think you're giving out the way too much, in fact. I said we've only known each other. Thank you.
Could I possibly order another hot honey? Please. My mouth's so dry because I'm nervous. I've almost drank my whole mug. This next one that I'm going to do for you, I'm going to go back to the sad songs for a minute. This one was the first song that I wrote for the new album by accident. I didn't mean to write it. I had a couple of days off, so I went back into the studio to kind of get back into the mood and see if I remembered rather, it's in the past now, how to write songs, because I spent so long touring and being away from the studio with my first album. And I went in with Egg White, who I co-wrote Chasing Pavements with, and Tired and Melt My Heart to Stone. And I went in and I think we were there for 2 days, and the first day nothing happened, mainly because we were just catching up and just had endless cups of tea and biscuits. I hadn't seen him for so long. And he's a right chatterbox as well, so you can imagine the pair of us together. Not that productive. And on the second day, again, nothing really happened, and in the last couple of hours, he played the first chord of this song, that you'll hear in a minute, and this song just sort of came out of me, and I was really surprised, the contents of the song, because I never know how I feel, I never let myself know how I feel, I kind of put it to the back of my mind, and I only find out what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling in my songs, but I didn't realise I was feeling like this. I was about to go into this song. And my whole album was about one guy, and I was still with him. We weren't great, but we weren't awful either. It wasn't kind of, devastation yet. To get there, though. So I was pretty, miffed when this came out of me and we wrote it. And then I played it to him. I didn't play it to him for a few days because I was a bit like, fuck, shit, And I'm not one to go around the houses or nothing, so obviously it's about him. He left me a couple of weeks after I played him this song. It was for the best, though. It was for the best. He was an arsehole, I was a bitch. It just wasn't going to work. But I do love singing this song, and I always remember the exact moment that he kind of left and stuff like that. And the world had ended for me, but I'll go more into that with you later. But it's got a real kind of gospel tinge to it, this song. A bit of a gospel flavour, So I really enjoy singing it. It's got some high notes, so bear with me, because like I said, I have just had a respiratory infection. This is Take It All. That's the chord.
Didn't I give it all? I tried my best, gave you everything I had.
That was a shit note. Let's start again. It was a bit shit.
Didn't I give it all? I tried my best, gave you everything I had, everything and no less. Didn't I do it right to let you down? Baby, you got too used to having me around. Still, how can you walk away from all my tears? It's gonna be an empty road without me right here. But go on and take it all with you. Don't look back at this crumbling fool. Just take it all with my love. Take it all with my love. Maybe I should leave to help you see that nothing gets better than this, and this is everything we need. So is it over? Is this really? You're giving up so easily. I thought you loved me more than this, but go on and take it all with you. Don't look back at this crumbling fool. Just take it all with my love. Take it all with my love. I will change if I must. Slow it down and bring it home. I at this crumbling fool. Just take it all with you. Don't look back at this crumbling fool. Just take it all with my love. Take it all with my love. You take it all with my love.
Thank you. Always makes me sad, that one. Doesn't matter where or when I sing it, or what kind of mood I'm in when I sing it. It always touches a bit of a nerve. This next one that I'm going to do for you, in fact, the next two that I'm going to do for you, firstly, they're upbeat, which is rare. We discussed this earlier. More playful. This one is not serious at all. It's very sarcastic, very tongue-in-cheek. It's basically me just taking the piss. I came home from touring with my first album and I caught up with some friends, trying to be all posh and stuff. We went for a nice lunch and some cocktails, pretending we were in Sex and the City. I'm Miranda. Don't know about you girls, but I'm Miranda. And boys. Wink, wink. And they all thought that I was seeing some guy that I have never even heard of. So obviously I was pretty pissed off. I'm pretty mortified that my own friends thought that I was sleeping with some guy that I'd never even fucking heard of. Gutted. So I sort of wrote this as a bit of a fuck you. And, or fuck off, fuck off. This is Rumour Has It.
She ain't real. She ain't gonna be able to love you like I will. She is a stranger. You and I have history, or don't you remember? Sure, she's got it all, but baby, is that really what you want? Bless your soul, you got your head in the clouds. She's made a fool out of you, boy, she's bringing you down. She made your heart melt, but you're cold to that core. Now rumor has it she ain't got your love anymore. Rumor has it. 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 She is half your age, but I'm guessing that's the reason that you stay. I heard you've been missing me. You've been telling people things you shouldn't be. When we creep out and she ain't around, haven't you heard the rumors? Bless your soul, you got your head in the clouds. You made a fool out of me, and boy, it's bringing me down. You make my heart melt, but I'm cold in my core. But rumor has it I'm the one you're leaving hope for. Rumor has it. 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 Oh, all of these words whispered in my ear tell a story that I cannot bear to hear. Just 'cause I said it, it don't mean that I meant it. People say crazy things. Just 'cause I said it, don't mean that I meant it. Just 'cause you heard it, I'm leaving you for. Who wants to be right as a rain? It's better when something gets wrong. You get excitement in your bones and everything you do's again. When night comes and you're on your own, you can say I chose to be alone. Who wants to be right as a rain? It's harder when you're on time. 'Cause when hard work don't pay off and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile off me. Oh, in making up, I've cried my heart out and now I've had enough of love. Oh yeah. And who wants to be right in a high when you just crumble back on down? You give up everything you are, and even then you don't get far. They make believe that everything is exactly what it seems, but at least when you're at your worst, you know how to feel things. See, when hard work don't pay off and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile off me. Oh, in making up, I've cried my heart out and now I've had enough. Oh, go ahead and steal my heart to make me cry again. 'Cause it will never hurt as much as it did then when we were both right and no one had blame. But now I give up on this endless game. No room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile off me. Oh, been making up, I've cried my heart out and now I've had enough of love. Yeah, it's been long. Oh, deep down. Oh, just go. Thank you very much. I really do have the passion to dance. I just don't have the rhythm, very sadly. I do have, well, I wouldn't say I have great rhythm. I do have, I look great when I'm really, really drunk and I dance. Because you can tell that my heart is really in it. But I need a bottle of vodka and some reggae music. That's what you have to give me if you want me to dance. Not allowed to drink anymore though, so you won't get any moves. That's why I kind of look like a dodgy uncle at a wedding during them songs. And it's hard because I have more upbeat and fast songs than I used to have with just my first album. And the two girls here are just absolute professionals at dancing. They've got their moves down to a T. Oi, oi. But it's fine because I don't need to dance because I'm going to sit back down. I'm partially lazy is the reason for the chair. And also I like to make it feel like it's my front room and like we're just hanging out and having a cup of tea and a takeaway. This next one that I'm going to do for you is another kind of optimistic song. I wrote it when I was very optimistic, and this is the only song on the record that ain't about my ex. A few boos, not many. Got to tell you, you're actually making up me and my ex is a wonderful thing. Yeah, not many cheers for that. Enough time has gone by, you know, time is a healer. I'm a believer in that. I'm a believer that when enough time goes by, you know, let the water under the bridge kind of thing. The guy that this next song's about, not enough time has gone by since he was a fucking prick to me. So I will chat shit about him until I'm blue in the face. Rude girl in me came out then. When I wrote this song, I was really optimistic. I thought the sun shone out of his arse.
And I do love singing this song, but normally when I sing my songs, I vision the person that, or I vision my ex, who the song is about, like all the other songs, and I vision him and I sing them at him. The guy that this song's about, I do not think about his face at all. Just think about punching it a lot. So anyone who's come to the show tonight with a loved one who you're in love with, or anyone who's come to the show tonight with a friend who you're in love with and you haven't told them, just fucking tell them, all right? Don't waste no time. So I'm going to sing this for you lot, all right? This is One and Only. You've been on my mind. I grow fonder every day, lose myself in time. Just thinking of your face, God only knows why it's taken me so long to let my doubts go. Oh, you're the only one that I wanted. I don't know why I'm scared, 'cause I've been here before, with every feeling, every word. I've imagined it all. You'll never know if you never try to forgive your past and simply be mine. Dare you to let me be your one and only. I promise I'm worthy to hold in your arms. So come on and give me the chance to prove I'm the one who can walk that mile until the end starts. If I've been on your mind, do you hang on every word I say? Lose yourself in time at the mention of my name. Will I ever know how it feels to hold you close and have you tell me whichever road I'll choose that you'll go. I don't know why I'm scared, 'cause we've been here before, with every feeling, every word. I've imagined it all. You'll never know if you never try to forgive my past and simply be mine. Dare you to let me be your one
So come on and give me that chance to prove I'm the one who can walk that mile until the end starts. Come on and give me the chance to prove I'm the one who can walk that mile until the end starts now. Thank you very much.
That song is so happy. It's so sad that he's such a knobhead. This next one that I'm going to do for you, I did a cover on my first album, and I really enjoyed the challenge of trying to mark a memory and a moment in my life with somebody else's song. And, you know, because I write songs, that's a pretty tough thing to do, because I'm always a bit like, well, why don't I just write a song about it myself? So I really enjoyed the criticisms and the people that really liked the first cover as well, because I find it really interesting and it's really magical covering someone else's song. It really, really is, and trying to like pick it apart and work out what they meant and stuff like that. So I decided to do a cover again on my second album, but the first time someone specifically said that song to me, and I was like, to be honest, I don't love the original of the last one, but I wanted to do it just so people could hear the lyrics, because they're so fucking stunning, the lyrics on Make You Feel My Love. I really do. But I'm going to do that song for you later. This time, with the cover for this album, I asked people that I know, people that I don't know, people that I work with, like people that are friends of friends. I think I asked the lady at Tesco checkout once, what song would you like to hear me cover? Her response was, who are you? Never mind. And then I swear the alarm went off. I had this like a little, you know, the security tags on clothes. I had one on my jumper and the alarm went off afterwards. After I asked her what song she'd like to hear me cover. Someone then suggested this song, and it made perfect sense to me, and I don't really know why I never thought to cover a song by this band. The first gig I ever saw, I don't know where my mum is, but my mum took me to see The Cure when I was about 3 or 4 in Finchley Park in North London. And I can't remember it that clearly, but I just remember my mum having a great time. Whenever I sing this song, Love Song, which is on my second album, I always remember being about 5 or 6, and I remember me and my mum being in our tiny little flat in Tottenham, and it really, really makes me incredibly fond, and it really moves me, and this song just takes me off to some other land. So this is my rendition of The Cure's Love Song, and this is for my mama. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am whole again. Whenever I'm alone with you,
love you. I'll always love you, 'cause I love you. Yes, I do, and I always love you. I think the lyrics in that song are just so beautiful, aren't they? Oh, thank you very much, Adam. Say hello to Adam. Adam, say hello to the Royal Albert Hall. By the way, it was not my idea to dress all of my crew looking like caretakers. Adam, will you please come and show the outfit to the crowd? Come on, yes, you, Adam. Get your tits out, get your tits out. See, look, it's a caretaker outfit. See? They've all wear them. Oh, you've gone bright red. Go on then. It was my tour manager's idea, not me. I don't force anyone who works with me to do anything. Not one of those ones. This next one that I'm going to do for you. Can I have the lights on a minute again? Sorry. Just haven't looked at them for about 10 minutes. You still all right? It's so posh here, isn't it? I feel like such a lady being here. This next one that I'm going to do for you was my first ever proper single anywhere. And if you know the words to it, have a little sing-along. This is Chasing Pavements. I've made up my mind. Don't need to think it over. If I'm wrong, I am right. Don't need to look no further, this ain't the last. I know this is love, but if I tell the world that I'll never say enough, 'cause it was not said to you, and that's exactly what I need to do. If I end up with you, should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Yeah, I build myself up and I fly around in circles, waiting as my heart drops and my back begins to tingle. Finally, could this be it? Or should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Yeah. Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Oh, would it be waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep on chasing pavements? Should I just keep on chasing pavements? Oh, should I give
Thank you very much. Thank you. This next one that I'm going to do for you is another cover. I'm going to do a couple of covers in a row for you now. But I first sang this pretty recently, really. I did it at the iTunes Festival in London a few months ago. And this is one of my favourite songs ever. And truly, truly, like, kind of blows me away. I just think it's incredibly moving. And it makes me really, really happy and really, really devastated and depressed at the same time. But it makes me think of my fondest and best times in my life, and it makes me think of the worst as well, and combined, probably is a recipe for disaster. But I do love this song, it's just fucking stunning. This is Bonnie Raitt's I Can't Make You Love Me.
Turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me and tell me no lies. Just hold me closely, don't patronize, don't patronize me. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something that it won't. And even in the dark, these final hours, I will lay down my heart. I will feel the power, but you won't. No, you won't. 'Cause I can't make you love me when you don't. When you don't, yeah. I close my eyes, 'cause then I don't see the love you don't feel when you're home with me. Morning will come and I'll do what's right. Just give me till then to give up this fight, and I will give up this fight. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something that it won't. And even in the dark, these final hours, I will lay down my heart. I will feel the power, but you won't. No, you won't. 'Cause I can't make you love me when you don't. When you don't want you. When you don't, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. When I sing that song, it's like a cheesy montage of photographs in my head. So like a right idiot. This next one that I'm going to do for you is going to... Hello. This next one... Hello! Woo! This next one that I'm going to do for you is going to be my last song tonight. I'm joking, I'm adding some drama to my show. I don't dance, ain't no fire, ain't no greased up men nowhere. Might get some though now. The tours are getting bigger and bigger, maybe I'll order some greased up men. Just for the dressing room, not for the stage. I wish. Anyway, no, I'm just going to pop off stage and pretend that I'm not coming back. But I will. I won't be gone very long. I normally just take my shoes off and have a sip of water and trot back on. So the last song of the night, wink wink, is another cover. And I've been singing this song every night that I've played since Amy Winehouse died. I've been singing it for her because I know that she loved this song. And I was so inspired by her. And she never took it seriously just how inspired I was by her. And she was such a joker and such a lovely girl. And it's just devastating, really. But I've been asking everyone to put, if they've got a camera or a phone, if you can get it out and put the light on and shine it. Come on, I can see one. Honestly, trust me, it looks incredible. All up there, I know you've all got phones. No one exists without a phone no more. Get your phone or camera out. All of you, can you turn the lights down a tiny bit, please, Rob, so I can start seeing who's doing it and who's not. There are chunks missing, do it. Balconies, boxes, come on. Everyone get your phone and cameras out. I'll just stand here, I won't sing. That's it, get it out, get it out, get it out. And then look behind you and look, it's a fucking sky of stars. Looks amazing. And she can see us now. She can see us from upstairs. Does this make you feel my love for Amy? When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there is no one there to dry your tears, oh, I will hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. There's no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, and I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. Yeah, yeah. Like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. I'd go to the ends of this earth for
make you feel my love. Oh, yes, to make you feel my love.
Hiya! I'm really giddy now. Thank you so much. I honestly can't believe how far I've come. My first gig was at Jam in Brixton, and now I'm at the Royal Albert Hall. Thank you so much. Have you enjoyed it? Good. So have I. Thank you very much. I know I should come back and like with a big number and like a fast one so we can all have a bit of a rave. I can see you, yes. Hello. Yes. What's that in your hand? Paper. Yeah, I should come back and do a big number so we can all have a bit of a dance and stuff like that, but I like to talk about this song, so that's why I like to come and do this as my encore. I really don't enjoy encores, by the way. I think unless you're Dylan or Paul Simon or Madonna or something like that, you should stay on the fucking stage. I don't have a catalogue of music yet. When I do, I will keep you waiting, for sure. But anyway, I'll just do it, like I said, to add a bit of drama. Another sign to the show. This next song that I'm going to do for you, it changed my life. When I wrote it and when I first sang it, and when I sing it every night when I'm on tour and stuff like that, it still changes a little piece of me. And I think it's probably that 8th or 9th song that I wrote for the new album. And I know it's a breakup record, and I'm really bitchy on it, but the guy that it's about changed my life, and we were so in love and we had so much fun. It was fucking brilliant, our time together. And we are friends because it is important that I share what is going on with this record with him, because as bitterly as it ended, like I said, we had pure jokes together, and he was such a joker, it was brilliant. And I forgive him, you know, and I'm sure he forgives me, because I do give as good as I get. I know I play the victim on the album, but that poor boy. He's a villain these days, isn't he? But he is, you know, he's really, really wonderful. And I think it's 2 weeks ago now, actually, I sold my 10 millionth copy of 21. And I have to share that with him, because in 20 years' time, I'm very single, by the way, and in 20 years' time, if I'm telling my husband then and my kids one day, you know, one time I was a bit of a superstar, whatever, I was a bit of a pop star, I had a big album, they'll be like, yeah, all right, Mum, fuck off. It'll be a bit of a ghost thing that happened. So now I get to share it with him, and he knows exactly what went down and stuff like that. So I really, really enjoy us being friends again. We don't hang out proper together, because that's just a bit weird, because I think you always want to end up getting back together. I'm not going to get back together with him, don't worry. He's very, very happy these days. Yeah, it's great. It's really good for him. But I first sang this on Jules Holland. Yes. And when I was writing it, like I said, I had about 8 songs for the album, but I didn't have that one song that I believed myself on, and that one song that moved me. And it's important that I do feel like that about at least one of my songs, so that I have the confidence to let people that I don't know listen to my music, because it's so personal. And I didn't have that song yet. I had it on my first album. The first song I ever wrote, Hometown Glory, was my song that I believed and was the song that moved me and stuff like that. So I had it on my first album, so I weren't worrying about it. On my second, I didn't have it, and I was a bit scared that I wasn't going to have that song. It just would have made the album not very believable, I think, because I wouldn't have really had much conviction when talking about it and singing about it. And then I wrote this, and I knew that it was going to be my song. I was really proud of it. I knew that it would resonate with people. I didn't think it would go on to do what it's done and what it's become, but everyone knows what it's like to lose someone that you love in some shape or form, whether it be out of choice or not by choice. everyone knows, which is obviously why so many people like this song. And it seems so right that someone who changed my life so dramatically, and a song that's about him that is so brutally about him, and then a record that is about him, would change my life as much as he has, and now he's forever going to have changed my life. And I'm really proud of that now. I'm not bitter about it anymore. I'm proud of him. This is Someone Like You for him.
That you're settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. Old friend, why you so shy? It ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it hurts instead, yeah. You know how the time flies. Only yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of our glory days. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over.
Royal Albert Hall, will you sing it for me?
Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah, nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets and mistakes, their memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet this would taste? One more time. sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Such an emotional wreck, thank you. That song makes me sad anyway, and it takes my breath away when you sing it like that back to me, and then for it to be here, it's just all a bit much. So thank you. I've had a wonderful time, and I'm going to remember tonight forever, for forever. So thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself. This next one is going to be my last one, and I'm going to do a very nasal version for you now, because I'm a bit bunged up. So sing along and help me. Thank you so much. This is Rolling in the Deep. There is a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out, and I'll lay your shit bare. See how I'll leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep
dreams come true. It's been amazing, thank you. I want you to sing along with me. I'm going to do it, and then the girls, and then you, and then we'll all do it together. You're gonna wish you never had met me. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep. You're gonna wish you never had met me. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep. Your turn. You're gonna wish you never had met me. It all